Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a quick video on your 1/12 scale front suspension. Yes, I know I've already done several videos on the 1/12 scale front suspension, but I'm actually going to focus on not making it bind free and smooth operating. I'm going to talk about when the suspension starts to gain slop. Now, this usually occurs after a few months or, a few weeks even of, practice and racing. And it's important to check and make sure that your suspension and steering doesn't have excessive slop. Now, if your steering or your suspension does have excessive slop, this will cause the car to not perform as well as it did when it was brand new. And I'm just going to show you a few things to look out for uh, in the areas that might have excessive slop. And, as you can see here, it's not a whole lot to look out for. It's quite simple. Um, First and foremost, in the steering department, it's quite easy. Buy some replacement ball cups, freshen things up. If you don't have any ball cups on hand and your steering links are generating quite a bit of slop, what you can do is just take a pair of pliers and simply pinch the cups. Just gently, just pinch the cup gently. And that will just tighten things up a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy with it because then everything will just start binding and you don't want that. Just a little bit just to take up any slop. Next, your steering block right here where the Kingpin slides through. If you do have a hard impact, usually the energy transferred from the wheel will go through the axle and it might very well transfer to where the Kingpin is and it might start to widen this hole a little bit. So you want to check to make sure that area is okay. Ideally, you want to pick up a few steering blocks and make sure that you have some in your box. But yeah, this area sometimes generates slop. Um, the areas here where you have your Kingpin like pivot ball, right here and here, these two areas I've discovered generate the most slop. Now, every situation is different, but when it comes to like the Kingpin area of the suspension, I found that these two points here are what generated the most slop for me. And I'll give you an example here. I just recently rebuilt the front suspension. This Kingpin is actually designed to like fit snugly in the actual pivot ball, and I'll just show you what happens after a while. As you can see here, you can see the Kingpin is actually stuck in there, but you can see that the pivot ball is moving up and down just a little bit, but that's not ideal. You want to make sure that pivot ball does pivot, but it shouldn't pivot. It shouldn't move up and down like that. That's a little bit too much for my liking, and also it does side to side, which is not good either. And you might want to check with the lower ball as well. All right, so that's a quick video. Just those are areas to check for slop because you'll notice that your car will probably handle not as well as it did when it was brand new. And those are probably 2, 3, 4 areas that you want to check to make sure that your car is slop free. Okay, I hope this was of help. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, bye-bye.